Hello, I'm Jose. If you subscribe here, greetings. But this is your first time here, welcome to my Ant-Man and the Wasp movie review. Before I start, big spoiler warning for the Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, go watch it and then please come back for the spoiler review. Spoiler time. You've been warned. The tone of this superhero movie was very light. This movie captured my attention by the way the characters interacted with each other. This movie existed for a reason. This movie will most likely play a big part in Avengers 4. This movie takes place after Captain America Civil War, after the airport battle scene where Ant-Man became giant, which attracts attention of the German forces because that's where the airport battle scene took place, and they think that Hank Pym was the one in the Ant-Man suit, but it was really Scott. So they find out that it was Scott in the suit, so now he is now in House of West. Scott then leaves his house, so Cassie comes to his house with his daughter, and they spend time together, and they spend time together until his House of West is all up. Scott fell asleep, so when he went to sleep, he felt like Hank's wife is alive, so he calls Hank to let him know that he feels like his wife is alive in the quantum realm. Ant-Man helping Captain America in Civil War about telling Hank and Hope was to cost him something. We the audience know that he wanted to help Captain America, but it came with a major cost, and therefore he's on House Arrest for helping Cap. I like the way they introduce Wasp in this film instead of Captain America free, plus and they wanted to have the actress who plays the Wasp in Captain America free, but they decided to not have her in the film because they want to introduce her in this Ant-Man sequel role. I think it was a great move from them. The beginning was awesome when they showed us a young version of Hank and Janet, which is like the original Wasp. Marvel really showed us their effort with the de-aging visual effect. The way they did the ghost was pretty amazing too. One of the dates I really enjoyed when it came with the visual effects was the inside the quantum realm that looked colorful and eye-catching. Marvel always kills it with the special effects, like most of the time. Do you agree? This movie was so funny. There were some times where they overdid the comedy, but me personally, I allowed it because the characters made the comedy fit in a little bit more, and I really enjoyed that. To me, I didn't find the film boring at all. I was into it all the way. It's nice to see some really after watching Avengers Infinity War. I love the action because it wasn't your usual hero and villain pushing back and forth. It had its own twist into it. Ant-Man and Wasp used their shrinking and growing abilities to make the fight more interesting, and same for Ghost. Having Ant-Man and the Wasp tried to hit Ghost but missed because they went for him. I think that's a fresh spin of them, of their action. Ghost wasn't your usual Marvel villain. She wasn't really a villain at all. It felt like she was a antagonist. She wanted to stay alive. She had purpose for what she was doing. Hank and Hope, bonding in general, and also trying to find Janet made their bond / relationship really interesting and it made me care for these characters. And same with Scott and Cassie. The costumes looked really great. Emmett's new suit I really like. The Wasp suit I really liked. Ghost, her costume looks pretty great. And same with Haynes later on in the film when he goes to the quantum realm. And same for Janet's costume, the Wasp. When that flashback where she went semi-target, I really enjoyed the way the costumes were designed. Louis made me laugh in so many ways. The way he recapped the first Ant-Man was done very well. It satisfied me, and he was funny all throughout the movie. He pretty much stole the show with his friends. Were pretty alright too. Randall Parks, Jimmy Woo was pretty funny too. I even enjoyed his character. Bill Foster had purpose in this film. He wanted to help Ava, aka Ghost, by doing whatever he can to save her. I liked that there was a character that wanted to be there for her throughout the way. Before we continue, shout out to SE. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Scott was smart and skilled before he put on the Ant-Man suit for the first time in the first film. And this movie he felt like he took a few steps back. He didn't seem the way he was in the first film. What do you think about the way Scott was in this film versus the way he was in the first Ant-Man film? That building shrinking and growing made no sense. How did it work? They didn't really explain how that could be possible. I wish they would have explained it. How the individual stuff inside the building shrunk and grow. I thought about the tank for the first Ant-Man film with the mass weight of the keychain and how that works. The building shouldn't be easy to carry. There wasn't much action in the film, which I understand. They need ways to make the story go along. The third act was actually decent. I did enjoy it. I did like it, but part of it felt a little sloppy. But I will leave it up to you in the comments. How do you feel about the third act of the film? Did you enjoy the final act, or didn't you? Did you find it useful or useless? Let me know in the comments below. I like the way Louis was in this film. They made him matter more and involved more, and the actor brought the character to life with his comedic talent. This makes the film light, and it worked. In my opinion, it worked because not every movie, a superhero movie in particular, needs to have a dark villain in order for the film to work. For example, take Spider-Man Homecoming. The budget wasn't really that dark of a villain. Big spoiler warning, another spoiler warning for if you haven't seen the mid-credit scene and the end credit scene. Even one Wasp, Hank, and Janet chose to help Ava with finding a cure, so they sent Scott into the quantum realm to collect quantum particles. But the events of Avengers Infinity War. He's stuck in there and because the rest went away. I actually liked it. All three of them disappeared. And then if we don't know who remains. We don't know if Louise or even Ghost herself has disappeared. This mid-credit scene will make Ant-Man a big part of Avengers 4. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige said, I quote, Ant-Man and the Wasp also connects directly to Avengers 4. These characters are gonna be very important going forward, and quote, as we thinking Scott may be in the quantum realm for a really long time, so who knows what he may learn when he's in there. I guess when Avengers 4 comes around, we'll find out what he will learn when being inside the quantum realm for so long. And don't forget what Janet said about the time ball. That's if he's stuck in the time ball, if he's stuck in there, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do anyway. So in the final end credit scene, the Ant playing the drums is pretty funny, except for the fact they had that in the trailer. That Ant is our only hope against Thanos and the main Six Avengers, of course. By the way, if you haven't seen my Avengers Infinity War movie reviews, you can watch it here on the left, and I'll also leave a link down in the playlist in the description below. The bond Paul and Eugene had in this film made me care about the characters. The actors for the more actors put in a lot of effort to make the characters stand out, and they do whatever they humanly can to make the characters they play believable, which I really enjoy from the actors and from for movies like this. It's a great connection that really satisfies me about these Marvel movies and their stories and characters that is often a way that makes me love talking and about these type of movies and why I need more character development with more films to talk back and forth. For the connections are remarkable, unique, and clever. I love the way Marvel does their storytelling. It makes me satisfied and happy to want to watch more of these type of films. And here's the thing, Marvel isn't 100% perfect. It doesn't have to be. Marvel makes most of the audience feel connected with the characters they put in the MCU, and it's the effort the Marvel have put throughout the 10 years of films that made me understand, care, and respect and appreciate the films and the characters behind them. Questions for the comments. What do you think about this type of MCU film being out in theaters after Infinity War came out? And what do you rank this MCU film? Please like the video. Please like this video. Comment anything Ant-Man and the Wasp or anything Marvel related in the comments below. Please share this on Twitter or any way you can. And please subscribe and hit the bell to be be part of the notification squad, Twitter and Instagram. Shoutouts go to Donley F and Kayla Star 933. Thank you for following. You can subscribe right here. You can watch my more reviews over here. My recent upload is on this here, and a YouTube recommends you enjoy is here. I appreciate your time for watching the video. I'll see you.